Howdy everyone, Polcho here with an Age of Magic video, and in today's video we're jumping into the Nightmare Raid to tackle Ishtar, the final boss, the Spider Queen, the god of the Dark Elves, because there has been quite a genius team discovered in tackling her. Using some of the mechanics of the characters on the screen, you are able to take her out with taking no damage at all. It is the perfect fight, and it really plays on how these characters work. And it's been a while since this raid has been released, and it's good. It's what I love about these games is the ability to discover new ways on tackling bosses or content. There's always going to be new heroes introduced to the game, and with that always will come new ways in which content can be completed. Obviously, we're restricted to what characters can be used, but even in saying that, without awakenings, for example, this strategy wouldn't be possible. So this is the team we're using. We're using Claudia, John, Ash, Raymond, and Gerda, and I've even knocked them down to level 13, except for Ash, who I bumped to 14 just to make the video a bit quicker. And the only awakening you need is on Gerda. So if we go ahead and jump in, we can click on her, and you can see the only awakening we have is her passive. Now, even if you weren't fighting this boss, if this boss was not in your raid lane, in your clan, this passive is one of the most important passives for the Van Norse. What it does in terms of support is huge. Slowdown is also cast on enemies in raids. At the start of the turn, it deals magic damage. So where is it? The slowdown is applied to the enemy at the very beginning of the round, which is huge. The debuff helps in so many nodes, and it just gives you an actual chance to set up your team, get some damage out, maybe eliminate a character before they start wailing on you. So this is essentially the only passive we need. I do not believe we have anything. I have this awakened. It's not going to have any impact on the fight. We have none of Captain John's abilities awakened, though they are very good. Ash has no awakening, and Raymond no awakening either. So this is the team we're going to use. We'll jump into the battle, and I'll show you everything you need to do. So jumping into battle, you can see that the slowdown debuff has been applied. We've got hit list, and this is the most important thing, because with Raymond, we only need one ability, and that is his basic attack. Polar Flash performs a magic attack on one target, steals 30% initiative from the target for every effect on them, except passive and leader, and gives it to Raymond. The attack will be critical if the target has no buffs other than the passive and leader abilities. So every effect on Ishtar is going to give us 30% initiative. So we're going to go ahead and use our basic. It's going to reduce her initiative. It's going to give us initiative. And we can go ahead and we can just use any other attacks we want from any of our heroes. It does not matter, because we're going to get around back to Raymond before Ishtar gets another turn. And we're going to use our basic again, and we're going to steal her initiative. Raymond gets another turn. Basic again, steal initiative. And we're just going to keep rotating. Now, you need to do this fight on manual. It is super important, and you need to pay attention, because if you're clicking too quick and you accidentally click one of Raymond's other abilities, it's over. She will just kill you. And that is essentially it. You just keep fighting and you keep knocking her down until she gets into her critical HP, and then you use your Captain John to execute it. I nearly clicked it there. So, I mean, you could almost just use basics on everyone if you wanted to, and that would also give you the win. It'd take a little bit longer, but it's just going to save you. Just pay a little bit of attention. That's all you need to do. Now, because she is never getting a turn, none of the debuffs on her are wearing out. None of her buffs are wearing out. And it's just going to allow Raymond to just keep sapping her and whittling her down. And it's just going to constantly happen. So, yeah, like I said, without the awakenings on these heroes, Gerda specifically, this strategy would never have been discovered. It is because of Gerda's slow that this is allowed to happen, which, again, I think is the brilliance of these types of games, where you're getting new heroes, new skill sets, things are constantly changing. It's one of the most positive things from these games, is there's always going to be a new strategy that evolves, and it's just up to us to discover it and figure it out. As you can see, it is a little bit of a long fight, but at the end of the day, it's saving you heal kits. It just costs you an awakening, which, again, it's awakening that's worth it anyway. And yeah, if you get Captain John's ability awakened as well, you can actually execute her at 40%. So we just keep going. I mean, the only real enemy in this is the timer, which it's not so bad. Honestly, I awakened Captain John's basic ability and it does so much damage. So much damage. So if you have the prisms to waste, which is a ridiculous thing to say because I don't think many people have prisms to waste. Captain John, I mean, his event's over, so maybe not as worth it as it was. Now she is in critical HP, and we go through and get the execute. And there you go. Absolutely beautiful strategy for taking out this boss. I think it is just brilliant in how it works. Yeah, and there you go. That is how you beat Ixtal, the final boss of the Nightmare Raid. And just looking at this fight and how it works, and needing that specific awakening, these specific heroes, because these aren't from the same faction. It's not often you get people using cross-faction heroes when tackling a node in this game. The game has now pushed more towards the aspect of using factions. There are some factions that have cross synergy, but on the most part, they really want you to use a team of heroes from the same faction. So it makes it a bit harder. People don't have that mindset to experiment with multiple heroes from different factions. So with everything combined, I think it's a great little neat trick to taking out this boss. And I really hope it inspires more creativity when it comes to bosses in the future, because there are many bosses in the game that are just beat your head against it till you kill it. So I hope that this inspires more intrinsic bosses that need us to really think on how to kill them and take them out. But there you go. Ixtal, one shot, beautiful. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment below. I will answer it to the best of my ability. And we are on the world. Until next time, please take care of yourself.